What is up, rockers of the Rock Nation? This is your fellow rocker here, ex-Rockerman X. And I know this is a couple days later than what it should be, but I'm here with my WWE TLC 2015 pay-per-view review. And before I say anything, I did not watch Raw last night, but, however, I do know that Roman Reigns is now champion. And just before I go into with the review for TLC, I like to give my thoughts on that real quick. And before people say, oh, I'm just hopping on a bandwagon, blah, 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 no. Truth be honest, I would rather see Reigns as champion over Sheamus any day. I mean, I was fine with Rollins being champion. I got used to it, you know. I accepted it. I got used to it. It was a good run before he got injured. But ultimately, over Sheamus being champion when it came to the two, Reigns versus Sheamus, I would rather see Reigns as champion. And you know what? I'm kind of glad it finally happened. I mean, because storyline-wise, after all the shit he's been through storyline-wise in the past months or so, and not considering, I don't know where I was going with this, but just considering, you know, he's never really been a major champion, and, again, it's just, instead of giving it to some of the older superstars, like, Sheamus is relatively not necessarily old, it's just, I don't feel like he could be, basically because of the way they was booking him prior, I guess, to him winning it, because they was kind of, again, they was doing poor booking with Sheamus, which I know I'm probably looking too much into it, but I just don't think he deserved to be champion, because Sheamus came back as this monster heel, and after, I think, the feud with Ziggler, they started booking him downhill, basically. Even with TLC, they kind of, you know, or not TLC, with Money in the Bank, they kind of started booking him kind of poorly, especially after he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. But ultimately, if I had to say though, if I had to pick Reigns or Sheamus, I'd go Roman Reigns. And you know what? It feels pretty damn good to see Reigns as champion. Because again, I don't say he's a fresh face. He's been in WWE for about 3 years now, technically. Or on the main roster, I think, for about 3 years. But still, you get my point. It's just nice to see him as champion after all the shit that he's been through storyline-wise. And, you know, and basically, I feel like, too, and I want to laugh in the face of the other people. It's like, oh, Reigns shouldn't be champion, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're either going to have to deal with it, or they're going to have to suck it up and deal with it, or just don't give a shit at all, because it happened, again. And you know what? There you go. And overall, I will enjoy this run of Roman Reigns as champion and see where it goes. That's honestly all I gotta say. But now, on with the TLC review. Let me start with the pre-show match. We got Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. And overall, I don't want to say opening match, but for the pre-show match, and also for a Divas match, it's a pretty damn good match. Except for the ending, because of course, Team Bag gets involved, like always, like really. Like, pretty much all the other Divas are split up, a team, and they're still together. Like, why don't they just go back to singles in some way or another? I don't know. But overall, though, I'll say it was an enjoyable match to sit there and watch it. Then again, I didn't was watching until today, right before I did this, but that's because, you know, but still, pretty damn good, enjoyable match. That's really gotta say, and it was really enjoyable. And overall, Sasha Banks picked for the win. Now, let's move on to the main show, and let's start off with the first match that happened on the main show. The triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, which was the New Day versus Lucha Dragons versus the Usos. And before I say anything, I really do feel like that for an opening match, that this match probably, well, I don't want to say it did, but excuse me. But I don't want to say it did, but I also want to say that it did, that it stole the show. Because I feel like, I don't know, because again, I didn't get to watch this match all the way. I was literally watching it on my phone in the car on the way back home because I was out someplace. But, yeah. For the triple threat ladder match, for being the first match tonight, I really feel like this match should have went on definitely probably mid. I definitely feel like this match should have won like midway through the show. Why? Because it really did steal the show, especially for an opening match. Like, look at all the shit that happened. I feel like it's in Cara with the Soul, I think is what it's called, off top of the ladder through another ladder. I didn't think what happened, and just all the antics and shit that went on during this ladder match. Definitely should have rethought the placement. Because for me, I really feel like this stole the show. That's in my opinion, but hey. And overall, though, I will say that the New Day did pick up the win. Simple as that. And are still the WWE Tag Team Champions. And now, next match, we got Ryback versus Rusev. And overall, this match, I don't know. Well, excuse me, I really don't know what to say this match. I mean, Lana faked the injury again, and I think didn't Rusev fall for the injury like 3 times in a row? 2 or 3 times in a row? I'm assuming 3, but it's just like, I don't know. This match just didn't feel like a good match to me. Maybe it's just because it went too quick. Maybe it's because I really wasn't paying attention to the match, and I really wasn't. But, I mean, it was a good match, but I just, at least to me, I mean, from what I caught of it, but it just felt like it wasn't a good match at all. Like, it just felt, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ryback's a good competitor. He's gotten better through the years. Rusev, a good competitor. Just, I don't know. I really don't know. But Rusev pick up the win. Simple as that. Now you got the chairs match. Now the next match, you got the chairs match for the United States Championship. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. And overall, this was a pretty damn solid match, I felt like. I felt like this match probably should have went on first or second at least, instead of third. And, because later on down the line. But that's just me. But this match was a pretty solid match, I will say. And it was pretty entertaining. I really will say that. I mean, of course, any chairs matches. Well, not any, because last year's wasn't that entertaining. At least as far as I know, it wasn't, that I remember. I don't know. Okay. But with Del Rio, doing his general shit and chairs and shit, and then, of course, you got Swagger doing his stuff. Him getting buried under the chairs, getting stomped on the pile of chairs for Del Rio to win. And I will say that Del Rio did win and did retain the United States Championship. But, overall, I want to say, solid match. Man, I should have recorded this the night of, but a couple days after I tend to lose shit, so I should have rewatched it, but oh well. But yeah, Del Rio picked the win and retained the United States Championship. Now we have the next match, the 8-man elimination tables match. You got, of course, Team ECW, Dudley Boyz versus Tommy Dreamer versus Rhyno versus what the fuck? Dudley Boyz, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhyno Team ECW versus the Wyatt family, aka Wyatt, Harper, Rowan, and Strowman. And overall, this match, probably another one that could have, I don't want to say could have stole the show, but it probably would have. It was a damn good match. I mean, come on, ECW. He has some of the ECW originals. Where's the Wyatt family, which is a monster group right now, which I actually like the fact they're pushing the Wyatt family a bit more than what they generally have been, but, and for the tables match, of course, Dudley Boyz signature. It's the only issue I have with this match is the fact of how they booked it, of how they only had on the Wyatt side Rowan get eliminated. I really feel like when they did it, they should have made something happen to where it was like I really feel like they should have made this match come down to the final two, or the final competitor for each team. Of course, that was Bubba Ray. I feel like they should have made either... Yeah, they probably should have did Wyatt and Bubba Ray to be like the last two remaining, instead of having a 3-0... Well, yeah, a 3-0... I don't want to say skunk out, because obviously Rowan did get eliminated, but instead of doing like a 3-0 victory thing, to where the Wyatts won, and yes, the Wyatt family did win, but I feel like they should have done a little bit different, where, like, again, it should have came down like Bubba Ray and Bray Wyatt, or something in that format, you know, instead of like the way Rhyno got eliminated. It was good, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good match, though, all the way through, especially when Bubba Ray was about ready to light the freaking table on fire, too. That, if that would have happened, I would have I would have loved it. I would have marked the fuck out to see a table on fire again, because that has not happened for a while. But, ultimately, yeah, I don't know. Again, this match was enjoyable. It was probably my favorite, well, I don't say my favorite, but it's probably one of my favorite matches of the night. And, overall, the Wyatt family did win. Simple as that. Now we got the next match, the Intercontinental Championship match. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. And overall, I don't know what to say really about this match. I mean, I watched it, I enjoyed it, but it just seemed... I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I like the outcome, but I'm not going to say that yet. It just seemed... I honestly don't know how it seemed. I don't know. But it was a good... It was a good match. I'm not going to say it wasn't, because it was. But, that's all I gotta say, honestly. Not much I can say. But I will say Dean Ambrose won and became the new Intercontinental Champion. Simple as that. Actually, I will say this match was pretty back and forth, though, too, as well. And it really did have a lot of close moments in it. But other than that, I don't know what to say. But overall, Dean Ambrose picked the win and became the new Intercontinental Champion. See, this is why I say I should record these videos the night of sometimes, instead of like a day or two after, but I don't know. Because I'm lazy, I don't feel like recording sometimes. Whoops. And I don't feel right about recording these. Or I don't feel right about recording the next pay-per-view without recording these, so, oh well. But now the next match, you got the Divas Championship, which I find that funny this match was next to last. I really do. I feel like this match should have won probably earlier in the night as well. But again, just because that triple threat ladder match, I really feel like this whole match card seemed out of whack a little bit with how the matches went on. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people might think differently. That's just me. But for the Divas Championship match, Charlotte versus Paige, and I will say for a Divas match again, Divas matches lately has been hit and miss, at least from what I've noticed. Like Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks on the pre-show, good match, enjoyable match, you know. And the last time, you know, it just seemed, I don't know, they've been hit and miss lately to me. Like there could be the worst thing ever, or they can be one of the best thing ever. They just seem hit and miss. But for Charlotte versus Paige for the Divas Championship match on this card, it was a good, enjoyable match, I will say. Back and forth action, you know, shit like that. In the ending, of course, you know, Charlotte basically becoming the dirtiest player in the game, like her Ric Flair V2, except in the Divas division. It's just, you know what I'm saying. And of course, Ric Flair helping her out, putting her foot on the rope, you know, and then her taking off the turnbuckle cover and slamming Paige head in, picking up the win. Basically becoming dirtiest player in the game V2. Yeah. And overall, again, good enjoyable match, back and forth action, stuff like that. And then, of course, after the match, we see... Give me a second. You know, we see a backstage segment with Charlotte. Well, actually, first I will say Charlotte did pick up the win. So she did retain the Divas. There wasn't many... There's like only one title change that night, which I find funny. I figured it would have been more. Oh well. But Charlotte did pick up the win and retain the Divas Championship. And after that, there was the whole backstage segment with her, Flair, and who was it? I can't think. Oh, Becky Lynch. Potentially setting up her next feud for the belt, which will happen at, I would assume, at Royal Rumble. I was going to say WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. And as of last night on Raw, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania. Whoop, whoop. So, but, yeah. But, yeah, Divas match, Charlotte did pick up the win and retain Divas Championship. And now, the very last match of the night, a.k.a. the match we've all waited, well, probably not what that we all waited for, but we had the TLC match, the Tables, Ladders, and Chair match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. Now, this match, for the main event match, it did seem kind of, I don't know. For a main event match, I liked it, I enjoyed it, it just seemed kind of off to me, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. Give me a second, let me mute my mic real quick. Sorry, I had to do something real quick, but yeah, hopefully my mic muted, but yeah, we got TLC match. Yeah, but anyway, Sheamus versus Roman Reigns, TLC World Heavyweight Championship. Sorry, I got lost track, but I will say that I did enjoy this match. It was plenty, and I mean plenty of back and forth action. You know, they made it up near the end. You didn't really know who was going to win up until, of course, fucking Del Rio and was it Rusev? I think it was Rusev. Or was it Del Rio and Barrett? I don't know. It was one of those two combinations of the League of Nations came out, you know, and of course made sure Roman didn't win and all that shit, and Sheamus climbed the ladder and picked the win and retained the championship. But of course Roman Reigns just got the next down on Raw, which, you know, but still. Again, overall plenty of back and forth action. It was a good match, good enjoyable match. Bunch of close action, a bunch of fucking rough hits, shit like that, especially the white noise through the table. That looked fucking brutal. Oh no, and then with Sheamus, got Superman punched off top of ladder, and when Reigns literally jumped, Superman punch off top of the ladder, Reigns fell on one side, and Sheamus hit the table that was leaning up against the ropes. It looked fucking, I really don't feel like it was, just from the way he hit and looked, it really didn't look like it was planned out for him to go through the table like that, or for him to even go through the table at all. But it looked fucking nasty and brutal, and it was just fucking... And I will say this match was a fun match. I'm going to say it wasn't a fun match. It was a good back-and-forth action match. Damn enjoyable match. However, Sheamus did pick up the win and retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But hey, guess what? Fuck you, Reigns got the next night on Raw. Which I probably will go watch, but yeah. Sheamus picked up the win and retained the championship. So that's really all I gotta say about this pay-per-view. Overall, I will say the pay-per-view overall was a good pay-per-view, and it was a good way to end the year of 2015 as the final pay-per-view of the year. So that's really all I gotta say. That's really all I gotta say about a pay-per-view. Yeah, knowing me, I'll probably go watch Raw here on Hulu or something, the 90-minute version on Hulu or something, but you know. But yeah. Good way to end the year for pay-per-views. WWE TLC. Though it kind of sucks, nobody got hit with a freaking... No one got blown up by TVs this year. Or rip. No, but seriously, that's really all I gotta say. And until next time, guys, live free and rock.